you. Yes. Let's go. Why is the word of the day so sad? Why are we sad? Why are we samishi today? What kind of word you know? Right. Interesting. Right. Okay. We are making kashiwa mochi today. We are doing this. Um, Today is the 5th of May. It is Children's Day in Japan, and this is a traditional mochi that is made, well, it's actually eaten today. It's usually probably made a little bit in advance, but we are going to make that. And conveniently enough, I am doubling this up as one of my entries into the labyrinth, um, because it uses miso. I mean, there was an option to use miso, but I thought if I've had the ability to the miso version, I'll do that. So find. I mean, we have a lot of miso, but I'm just trying to find the right one. Probably that one. I want like a pale, not a dark miso. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Looks a bit salty. Right. So, do I try and show? So, one of the sorry. Kashiwa mochi. Kashiwa means oak. Mochi means mochi, and it's wrapped in an oak leaf. But I could not find any oak leaves that were for food food adherence construction wise, because people usually buy kashiwa mochi. You don't really make kashiwa mochi. So I could not find leaves on their own that were for consumption. So I have picked some uh, mitsuba from the garden. They are not usually this massive. This is just wild, wildly overgrown mitsuba. What is mitsuba in English? Mitsuba. Mitsuba. It's like a three-leaf Japanese wild parsley. Um, Usually it's like the leaves are like this small, and it's like do 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 do. But this is just kind of left to overgrow. And so I thought, you know what, it's the right size to wrap the mochi in. So, and these are actually safe to consume. Like you can eat this. So, oh, hello. Who would you have here? Mike is big croak except when your head is talking, looking down. Tilted? So what, this is fine? But this is not. Why? Am I just slightly too far for the Bluetooth? Can I bring it closer a little bit? Like mic position. I can't make it any better. Is it better now? No? Better now? I'm like shy of like stapling it to my face. I cannot get it any closer to my mouth. Where was I? Um, yes. So we're wrapping in Japanese wild parsley today. This is mitsuba. Called mitsuba because it's got three leaves. Mitsu means three. Ah, ba means leaf. And they grow literally with on a stem, and there's three leaves at the end, and there's another sprout, three leaves at the end. So they're considered good luck. Um, whoa, hello into in the sky, Maria. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, hello. Welcome, raiders. What have you guys been up to? Hello, hello. Welcome to the kitchen. We are making kashiwa mochi today. Sorry for the mic quality. It's going a bit scratchy today, and I don't know why. But welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. We are in the kitchen in Japan. I'm pretty sure this is what I need it to be, but also this bottle is not labeled, so I'm gonna have to like nibble on this. Like, I'm pretty sure that is what I think it is. How do I check? Maybe I dissolve in a bit of water. Um, yeah, I've just missed. I'm like the shape of it indicates that it's shiratama. It's shiratama powder is what I want, and it's kind of a starchy flour to make mochi out of. Um, and it looks exactly like this, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But also, it's not labeled, so I should probably cook some and find out. So, yes, I was in the middle of explaining that we are making kashiwa mochi today. It is the 5th of May in Japan today, and kashiwa mochi is traditionally eaten on the 5th of May, um, usually in households with boys, as in like children. Um, Japan has two holidays for children, one of each gender. Japanese Girls' Day is on the 3rd of March, and you usually have little like dango, like colorful dango. So if you've ever seen like the green and white and the red, pink dango, it's usually had on Hinamatsuri, which is the girls' one. And then today, the 5th of May, is the boys' version of it. And you would have kashiwamochi, which is what I'm about to make. I'm just waiting for this to boil. So we're making some mochi today. Kashiwa means oak. It's wrapped in an oak leaf. So if you've ever seen like the white mochi and it's like wrapped in a green leaf like this, that is a kashiwa mochi. However, I could not find any oak leaves to my disposal. So we've got some Japanese wild parsley, which is actually good because you can't eat oak leaves. You can eat these. So yeah. If you've also seen the pink ones, there's like pink mochi in the middle with a cherry blossom leaf wrapped around the outside. That is the girls' version. So that's the sakura mochi, which is had during the girls' festival. This is the boys' version. And we are going to fill it with a miso white bean paste. So I'm just cheating. I'm going for a tinned white bean. Um, and we're mixing it with some miso. And we're going to make some mochi. This is also my entry into the Kitchen Gladiators challenge. This month's challenge is preserves. So today I'm not making a preserve, I am using a preserve. So I'm using miso, and also bean paste is also very much a preserve. So yeah, I'm very excited. So usually the traditional way you'd have white as the red bean paste on the middle. But in some regions of Japan, they use the miso white bean. So it gives a bit more of like a salty, savory, sweet inside, and that sounds like a fab idea. So we're gonna do that. Um, yeah. So yeah, we're just waiting for this water to boil. I just need to figure out what this mystery powder is. So we have joshinko, which is, I believe, glutinous rice flour in English. Its majority of the mochi is going to be this. And then we have why I think is shiratamako, which what is shiratamako in English? That is a good shiratamako. Eigo, English. Go. No. This is glutinous rice flour. What? Then what is this one? Joshinko. Non-glutinous rice flour. So we're combining rice flour. Wait, what's different to like regular rice flour then? I'm so confused. Wait, what's the difference between joshinko, shiratamako, chigai, difference? Then there's mochi powder, and there's dango powder. Too many powders. Um, Joshinko has bounce with a good bite, whereas shiratamako is mochi mochi and soft even when cooled, so even when room temperature. So this is often used for kashiwa mochi and dango, and this is usually used in like cold desserts. This recipe is combining both, so I assume best of both worlds. Hello, Phoenix. Yes, mystery powder. We are going to taste it. I licked it and it tasted powdery, which I don't think is very useful. So I'm going to pop a little bit in a bowl, put a little bit of boiling water in, and see what it does. If it is glutinous rice flour, it should melt and become a little slurry and stuff. This is why we do not trust miscellaneous unlabeled powders. It's acting like I assume it would. I'm going to quickly microwave this. If it goes, you know, mochi like, then it's the right thing. 10 seconds will probably do it. Yes. I was so sure we had some at home because it's a very distinctive look. Shiratamako. It's like this kind of chalky situation, which is different to regular rice flours. Regular rice flour is very much smooth. Gonna oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you can see my fingers, but it's turned see-through and gummy. Can you see? Yes. Correct item. Well, it acts the way I need it to anyway, so we can continue. Mystery flower has been identified. Right. So, tastes like rice. It tastes like nothingness, which at that amount probably correct. So we are making kashiwa mochi. Let me show you guys what it looks like, so you know what we're after. Images. This is what we're going for. As you can see, it is a white mochi with oak leaf. Kashiwa means oak leaf around the outside. That's traditional. However, we don't have oak leaves. People are not usually making kashiwa mochi. They are usually buying it. So they don't actually sell the leaves on their own. I could only find them already pre-made at the shop. So we're going for Japanese parsley instead. This is mitsuba, which is Japanese parsley. It's usually like 1/10 of the size. This is just gone ham. So we're gonna use that instead, and we're gonna make kashiwa mochi today, which is traditionally Boys' Day, May 5th. And we're also adding miso. We're doing a miso white bean um, filling. So it's doubling up as a little kitchen gladiators as well. So that's what we're working with. Right, let me bring up the recipe again. No. I tapped the recipe and then I closed it. Yay me. Please, sir. Oh my god, no. What does Japanese parsley taste like? I mean, I can tell you right now. Usually usually when you have it in dishes, like leaves are like this big. They're like doo doo doo, and they're like cute little like garnish on top of a broth. This is huge. I was like in the garden with mom the other day. I was like, "Mom, what is that?" Because like it looks like Japanese parsley, but it's massive. It tastes like green. Um, to be fair, it tastes like miso nut. Quite similar taste. It's got a very distinct taste. It usually has a really long stem coming out the plant. So in and like fancy restaurants, they'll like tie it into a bow, into a little knot, and and have a little like auspicious. Oh my god! Undo. There you go. So. So we need a bowl. And we will be steaming our mochi today. There are recipes, there are ways to do it in the microwave, but I feel like people will yell at me if I use the microwave. So I will do it the proper way and use an actual steamer. Yeah, it's not very bitter. It tastes fresh greens. Like quite close. I would say if you take celery and like remove the bitterness of celery, um, like it's got that kind of really hydratedness, like like the wateriness that celery gives. Maybe like if celeriac was not a root vegetable. But yeah, it's celery adjacent, I feel, but like none of the like bits that make celery a bit meh tasting. It's also very much out of the garden, so let me go wash this. I just saw like a bug jump off it. Miles comes, he'll yell at you anyway. That is true. That is true. He'll come. He'll come with his Gordon Ramsay emotes. Right. I'm just gonna let that hang out in the water so it doesn't wilt as well. I also am going to put a bowl of water in the freezer because we need ice water for when the mochi comes out the steamer. But um, we don't have ice right now, so I'm just gonna put water in the freezer and hopefully the water is cold enough by the time we get to it. So we're just going to definitely go to make room in our freezer. Will you fit? No. Lift it up. Let's stuck in the freezer. Why would it close? They're closed. Right. let's actually get going. I've been yapping for way too long. Right. We are going to 200 grams of non-glutinous rice flour. I think we established this was joshinko. Um, acting pretty is for today. Usually it's kashiwa, which is oak leaf. Oak you cannot eat. It's literally just there for the wrapping prettiness. Um, you would usually peel it off and then eat. Whereas this time you could actually eat the mochi, but I don't think it would go very well. The my mum also was asking if she wanted me to go pick some yomogi. What is yomogi? Yomogi is the green stuff they put in green mochi. Yomogi yomogi is a wild Japanese mugwort, also a common flavoring in mochi. But I don't actually like yomogi very much, so I'm like, what about no? I am going to do a thing. There is 220 grams in this bag, and the recipe calls for 200 grams. I have literally no other use for this. So I'm going to do 220. Oh my god, there's more than 220. There's 225 in here. Okay, thanks for the extra. So we will just adjust the recipe ever so slightly so it's 225, which is what? Oh, I gotta do math now. So 225 divided by 200, 1.125 times. Okay, times 50 is 56.2. That's the amount that we're doing for the other. This one is behave. Oh my god, my chat's gone weird. I hate this. Come on, behave. There we go. Okay, 56 grams. I'm just making slightly more mochi than the recipe calls because I just wanted to use the whole bag up. 56.25. I doubt it's gonna need to be that precise, but right. We have two types of rice flour in there, 2 tablespoons of sugar. It's not too sweet of a recipe. The inside is where majority of the sweetness comes. So the wash thoroughly. So we're gonna go 6 teaspoons. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's our two tablespoons and 200 mils of hot water. And after that, we are going to shape and pop into the steamer. It's a very quick recipe, all in all. So it's going to be, if all goes well, it's going to be very fast rate. Now, let's get the thingy back up to boil. And, mix this up. I say that like half of the stuff in here is like super crunchy. So I'm not entirely sure how that works. Will I be cooking dinner after? Probably. I've not decided what yet, but there is the stuff in the fridge that needs cooking. Do I have? I've got mince. I've got pork and beef mince, and I've got chicken mince. So I'm yet to decide what is happening. A lot of mushrooms. So maybe like a chicken and mushroom mincy pastery situation. We'll see. Yeah. It's like I don't know why it does this. I don't know how the rice flour clumps like this. Chicken mushroom stroganoff. Ooh, that's good. Do I have any milk? Do I have any like creamy? I'm gonna have to cycle again. We want 225 mils water. Honestly, it's always the milk. Wait, I have milk. Oh my god. I don't have cream though. Uh, I feel like that I can work with that. The shop won't conveniently won't have cream anyway. Right. We need a rubber spatch. Spatch him get the lactate. Um, we are going to do this in 3 to 4 goes. That is too hot. I did not think that through. It's after every 6. I feel like that was probably not enough for the first. Is this gonna combine? I have doubts. I have doubts. Well, maybe it is going. It is. It is coming together. It just needs a bit of elbow grease. So, right. It's very crusty. Break that down. So we're just going to keep kneading this a bit. And then, see, I'm concerned about like the powdery bits. Like, surely that's not ideal. Looks like you're mixing cast. Yeah, it's a very weird texture. Like, it's very like, I don't know if you can see, like, there's like crumbs in it. It's very like happy. Like, how is the word it's coming up to mind. It's like very like powdery, but not in like wheat flour kind of a way. It's very like I could feel, I can feel the moisture being sucked from my mouth, just by looking at it. And then we are going to separate into eight, or potentially nine, depending on how big they end up being. We have added a little bit extra. Just gonna have a quick watch of the video and make sure we are like somewhat on the right track. So we are at the right consistency. We just need to give it a little work until it's like all one ball. This guy's clearly a bit more moist. That's why it's getting stuck to the spatch. And then we are going to gonna separate into eights. So we're gonna. But to be fair, we have 9 leaves, 9 um parsley leaves, so we could just do 9s. Make it more difficult for myself. Into sure we are well combined. Give it a good slip slap. Right. After one, I've seen dry those look like that. Have some after some working, it just kind of comes together in paste. Yeah. Hello, Catalina. Welcome. We are making a fun little Japanese traditional sweet today. Um, called kashiwa mochi. It's traditionally eaten today. Nobody is usually insane to actually make it themselves, but we love a good challenge. So here we are. I mean, it looks easy enough. I think it's just the effort equal because it's such a one day occasion food. People just buy it usually. We are here. We are making it ourselves. Right. Just before I start rolling, I'm going to get my um Seamer steamer. Yes, you told me about the huacha. Is it a different one? You sent a picture of the watermelon. Is it like watermelon and pineapple? Was it yellow? I couldn't tell. Where is plastic? You put Sprite in it. And did you make a different one? Or did you make, is it the same one? Cantaloupe, that's right. Right, I can't reach. Oh, coming in hot. Here you go. Well, steamer. Husband being a nuisance. Right. Okay. So we need a bottom. We need to be able to steam for like 10 minutes. So we want a fairly decent Oh, I cannot. Amount of liquid at the bottom. Just gonna pop water in here. Definitely need some more. We are filling up some water down here and get steamer ready. Does the poche taste better the more days you leave it? Or is there like a bell curve of like it gets better and it gets worse? Or is it like a curry where it just keeps getting better the longer you leave? I suppose it's got fresh fruit. You don't want to leave it too long. Right. We have a little. Okay. That is ready to go. We are going to reweigh our um dough so I can do perfect sizes for the mochi. Just gonna pick this up if it will let me. Good enough. Turn it on. 520 grams divided by 9. Approximately 57 grams per bowl of mochi. So we are going to. Is this going to be rollable by hand? Am I going to regret doing this by hand? Is this like a dry hands kind of a thing or a wet hands kind of a thing? I don't know. Well, let me wash my hands first. Think about my. Yeah, now they're wet. I'm gonna dry them, aren't I? Nice hefty pieces. Yes. Um. Want to fight? Want to fight? Um. Right. Huh? So I'm gonna go. This is gonna be. I don't want to like lean too hard on the. You know what? I'm gonna put gloves on. If I put gloves on, then I won't feel so icky. Where's my gloves? Why is it caught down the back? Gloved hands means I am invincible. Right, do that. So we want to um, round and flatten our little mochi balls. Okay. This is when they like stick even more to the glove than they would to a hand. Actually, right. 57, roughly. Everything don't stick. I think that's the vibe. So I'm gonna do little roundy rounds, then pat them down. They will continue to be shaped a little later. I just want them to make sure they are going to get cooked all the way through. Have I made them too big? Potentially. We will go for a reshuffle should there be a need. Do, 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 do. Yeah, giving cook for like 10 minutes. I feel like I need to be a little bit more like um, not so flat, or else they will not all fit. This is like such a like classic looking mochi. This is like maybe I'll need to do 2 layers. I feel like potentially we may have too many for 1 layer. And I don't want to like overcrowd. These won't expand in any way, I suppose. Hope everybody's day has been well. Everybody enjoyed their Star Wars Day yesterday. Should you celebrate? Or some people still in Star Wars Day. When do they get filled? They get filled after. So the mochi gets cooked first. And in some recipes it gets all recombined and repounded. Um, so you kind of get the full texture. I think in any case, you have to repound it. Some recipes they just combine all the balls back together into one piece, and pound them for a bit, and then re separate, and then fill. Or some recipes will need each individual ball once it's cooked, and then fill. So I'll see how I feel. Considering how like properly I'm like dividing it up now, I shall probably um need the balls individually since they're already perfectly sized. But we'll see. If they all end up sticking together, then I'll clearly we'll have to do that. But yeah, I think the making it into balls is so that it cooks through in an appropriate amount of time. Whereas if you cook it as a ball, it wouldn't cook through. So while they are cooking, I will make the filling, which is literally just combining the miso and the white bean paste. I'm being a bit lazy today. I should have really made the white bean paste, but I was like, I cannot be bothered because I would have had to like soak the beans overnight and all that jazz. And I was like, I'm not about that life today. Yes. See, I've perfectly filled the steamer basket with 8 mochi balls. Um, I don't know when I am going to. Can I make more room? Just gonna push everything to the sides where parchment allows, and then beans don't come in can format, as in the white. Yes, the azuki beans, the red beans, are quite commonly in cans, but the white bean that I want to use is not. So um, um, I have bought the white bean paste already made, which in itself was a bit of a miracle because I was not expecting even to find that. What I'm going to do is to make more room. I'm going to make this guy a little bit oblong because we are going to repound it anyway. Should not matter too much. I just need to make more space efficient decisions here so that we can fit all 9 blobs. Because these just need cooking for this part of the they do not actually need to be the right shape because they get remolded anyway. Right. Okay. Let's get our water boiling. Yeah. So had I like I would have had to buy white beans. So like and then soak them overnight and then do that whole thing. I did not decide to do this early enough in the day to be able to go to the shop to do that. So went to the shop today and said a prayer to the supermarket gods that they sold white bean, and they did. So this is white. What is inge? Inge is green beans, the string beans. That but white. So that is what this is made of, and it's literally just bean and sugar already made into a paste, all creamy and nice. So that's what we're gonna use. We are now going to make, while we wait for our water to boil, we are going to make our bean paste. Gonna do it in a flattish bowl so we can do our rolling. Oh, I shouldn't have binned my gloves. I could have used it to roll the bean paste. Yes, it is convenient. I did go to like a slightly more upmarket supermarket that like felt like they would have it, and they did. So, white bean paste, we are doing 170, but a little bit more because we got more. 170. 170 times 1.125. Okay, we want 190 grams. How much have we got? How many grammage in this? Why do you not say? 245 grams. Okay. Crackety, crackety. Yay, look at me go. So, just gonna do. This is super smooth as well, which is really nice. Japanese white bean paste tends to be like smooth compared to red bean, which is usually chunky. 164. They're not like that fast. Oop. Right. We are going on. We want high heat for 10 minutes on the mochis. We're going to keep that fairly vigorous. But we also want to what does one do with 55 grams of leftover white bean paste? You just eat it. You could just eat it out the can. It's delicious. This needs to be detoweled so that the moisture does not end up back in our mochi, especially since we're going so vigorous. White bean paste is pretty good. Make sure the opening is actually covering. Cool. So that's gonna hang out. We are also mixing in a bit of miso. This is just gonna be like a taste and go kind of a situation. Usually we would use white miso for this, which is a much milder, sweeter miso, whereas this is very much um a darker miso, so it is going to be probably salty. White bean paste on toast, yep. Literally, the picture on the can is on toast. Let's see how many grams it's got. It's probably the right amount, actually. Yeah. And we get to finish another blooming container. Fabulous. I'm tomorrow's breakfast sausage. Then I have to go buy some bread. Right. This miso is quite dry. It's probably because it's been sat in the fridge a wee while, so I'm just gonna let it down with tiny bit of water. Beans on toast? Did someone say beans on toast? Is this basically the same thing? Is this beans on toast that um people just have not yet discovered? To be fair, red bean on toast is quite a fashionable thing at the moment. A lot of like bougie breakfast places do red bean and butter on toast as like a sweet item on their menu. I mean, there's probably significantly more sugar in this. To be fair, there's bean still comes first on the ingredients list, and then it's sugar second. So let me just have a taste now. Actually, something is squeaking. I don't know if that's me or the. Mm. Oh, that's a good one. Yum. Yeah, Michael loves white bean. He would just eat that as is for sure. Right, I'm just over here making sure our miso is actually a full paste rather than like crunchy salt shards, because that's what it was turning into. Beans on toast, Michael. Man's finally clicked. I'm gonna do a little bit at a time just because I want to make sure like it's well and truly combined. I don't want like huge chunks of miso in our bean in our paste. I mean, it'll be a salty kick for sure, but I don't think it'll be the pleasant kind. So we're adding our white bean into our miso right now, just this little at a time. So I make sure I get like a good smush on the miso because it was a bit crunchy, not gonna lie. So making sure we have as smooth as possible. Potentially should have let it down a bit more with a bit of water. Oh, yeah. That sounds so good. Yeah. We have a bakery in a well, like just past the convenience actually. There is a bakery I could head down to in the morning, cycle down and procure some nice toast bread, toasting milk bread. I'm basically going through this paste and really working all the chunks of miso out so that we do not have like huge chunks of miso in the paste. That would be right. This is a strong miso. So there it is. There's a massive chunk there. Should I run it through? I really should run it through a uh, a miso strainer, perhaps. We should have done that in the first place. Miso mochi. One of the mochi is just straight up miso. To be fair, I don't think it'll be too roulette because the mochi is rice and miso goes with rice. So I feel like it would just be like it'd be badly balanced, but it would be not good. So really should have used like a better spoon for this. Racing against the clock, man. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock for the mochi. Yelling at me for touching it. As it always is. What? Hob is like just constantly yelling at me at these days. More of a salt lick than Nuiboshi macaron, yeah. Would very much be the case. Right. Miso has been strained. Right. I feel like there's always like you lose so much to. Mm, Let's scrape this off before we move on. Right. Good enough. Let's move this aside. Um, we want ice water or freezer water in my case. Or they are getting popped in and cooled and kneaded until they are maybe we just do that with coffee. I feel like coffee would do why yeah, just steaming hot pan of water. It's gonna be fine. Right. Hope they're all cooked. Give it a little. Okay. So at this point, we will see if I might keep this so I can strain our mochi. Apparently, the purpose of quick cold bath is to give it good texture. So we then can just pop them back in here to drain. Just to stop their cooking. And then instead of combining them all together again to knead, we're just going to knead them individually. Mm, these can just hang out here while they drain. Okay. So let's quickly finish making our miso paste. Didn't quite beat the clock on the I was meant to make these into balls in that time. We did not quite get there, afraid. But come all this way. I want to make sure they're all pretty. So we had 190. We had 190 in bean paste, and we had about 18 grams divided by 9, 23 grams of paste on the inside per per mochi. Right, let's give it a little taste. Ooh, that's good. Potentially a little bit miso-y for my liking. I mean, I like it actually. I think Michael might find it a bit miso-y. A bit of probably a little bit more white bean might go a long way. Well, I like the savoriness though. Mm, maybe I just add the rest. Might add the rest. I know it means that we don't have any white bean for toast, but I feel like it just needs a little bit more. I mean, I think it needs a bit more sweetness and not necessarily bean, but there's only so little left in here. I'm just listen, let my mochi balls hang out over there. There's only like an extra tablespoon or two in here. We will have to do bean on toast another day. And if it still needs a bit more sweetness, then I will add sugar to the paste. Mm. So, right. We need some baking paper, apparently, and we're going to use baking paper to knead to do that. I can just use gloves. I can be strong. I think they recommend baking paper because it's hot, but like if I wear gloves, I should be strong enough to handle these directly, right? Feel like I may regret those decisions, but we'll see. See. Now we basically want to knead until it is as soft as your earlobes, whatever that means. Soft as earlobes? I like. Let's see why they want you to do this all together, because then it's like, really separate them enough. Turn that off. So, what is as soft as earlobes? How soft are earlobes? Is right? Am I doing this right? I feel like maybe no. This real sticky. Then I have no idea what soft as earlobes entails, but we've given it a lead. It's now getting real sticky, so I was gonna say maybe gloves was a bad idea. Okay. Before more mistakes are made, I'm going to oh my god, take some baking paper this. Hmm. Perhaps that was not the correct. Then we go flatten betwixt two pieces of paper. And we I know I have a I have a actual rolling pin somewhere that currently lost to the abyss right now. We want to roll it out. And we want about 25 grams of paste. Or just, a good dollop. Oh, I definitely went too much. Nah. I've kind of messed up already. I should have gone way thinner. Help. Send help. I've messed up. Okay, we're kicking this off. Just gonna have to mash over top. Yeah, the first one was a bit of a fail. I kind of underestimated the capacity in the middle. Okay, the first one's always a practice one anyway. Huh? Your foot! I don't know if you heard that. Husbando almost gifted 50 subs with his foot. Saved by the bank balance. Okay. That is the world's ugliest kashiwa mochi I've ever did see. However, we have kashiwa mochi number one. Right. Let's pat down a leaf. I think wet is actually better, but it's also like not big enough for the mochi. Right, let me find a nice plate on which to plate this. I feel like leaf on leaf on leaf. I feel like I've only done one and I'm already like this is too much effort. Why am I doing 8 more? Why do I also feel this is gonna stick to the plate? Am I gonna regret? Okay. It's gonna be so unaesthetic, but I'm gonna put down some cling film because I can see the whole thing sticking to the plate, and then we can't pick any of them up, and then we cry. Maybe something a bit more aesthetic. Maybe just baking paper. Is baking paper more aesthetic than cling film? I don't know. I will sort out a better plating arrangement in a moment. But there's one. I'm gonna bin that one because it's got miso all over it. We're gonna carry on. Keep on carrying on. Michael, what are you doing using subs? Using the are you taking advantage? Right. Okay. Maybe I kind of see why you're meant to like need all of them together at the same time. I think what I'm going to do is going to go through and knead them all, and then roll them all. So I have a bit more of a streamlined operation going because I don't wanna knead and then roll and then knead and then roll. I want to knead them all, roll them all. Kind of want to start a little bit oblong anyway, like so. Give me the best chance to. Basically, we are instead of pounding the mochi like they do with the mallet and the barrel, we're just doing it by hand to give it the correct texture. Oh my god! Sorry, I didn't see. I was distracted by Michael gift subbing people with a spurt. Michael, can you get me my water, please? Thanks. Can you bring it over so I can actually drink? Said I don't know what they're coming for. Mm, that was actually much needed. I was like, oh, as soon as that touched my. Why are there so many ants? What are they after? Like they were not here earlier. Is it the bean paste? Like what is it? Like they've all suddenly come out in masses. Right. The ants like, wow, mochi. Very much yes. They're all out in hordes for the mochi. But genuinely though, what are they after? Like I've not got any sugar out. Out into do it telling me. Okay, this is not working. We need a heftier alternative. Where is my actual rolling pin? Thing is, this rolling pin is so big. Like it's in the way. Everything. It's been so bad at keeping hydrated. To be fair, the last few months even like just not drinking water. It's not great. Okay. We nice. We have seal. Nice. We have successfully sealed all the edges on this one. We have no runaway miso. Brill. Next leaf. So much prettier. 2 down, 7 to go. Need a better method. Or maybe this is just the life I've signed up for. This is also precisely why we're using a recipe that includes shiratamako, because shiratama flour ensures that things stay soft even after they've cooled down. Because man, is this cooling down fast? Thanks. Mm, mm. Hello, Thomas. Welcome. Welcome to watching me fondle mochi for a while. Feel like it took an hour to get to this point, and I feel like it's going to take another hour to finish what I started. We are making kashiwa mochi, which is a Japanese type of mochi that is eaten today, 5th of May. Um, yeah, I'm going for the knead all the balls method. So it is a mochi made to celebrate Children's Day, or Boys' Day rather. Um, the day is called Children's Day, but the celebration is celebrating boys. The girls' day is called Hinamatsuri and is celebrated on March the 3rd. Um, and this is a mochi that's traditionally eaten today, um, to basically celebrate um good health for the children and all that jazz. So I've made a couple here already, as you can see on the side. The It's a white mochi, and inside is usually red bean paste, which is a sweetened paste made of red beans. But today I am using a white bean and miso filling, which is a local variation. Apparently is an East Japan thing. Um, so yeah, that's what we're doing. And I also really like the kind of sweet and savory combination. So um, this is a white bean and miso paste. I'm currently kneading the mochi. Usually, this will be done in like a big, like wooden mallet barrel thing. We are going by hand because we want to work out our grip strength apparently today. We're just going to go through and knead mochi a little by hand. We were kind of kneading and rolling, but my brain cannot handle that. So we're just going to go through and knead all of them. Just giving the gloves a little wetting. These are already cooked. This is glutinous rice flour and apparently non-glutinous rice flour, and a bit of sugar, and that's been steamed. So this is all cooked through. Mm. And kashiwa mochi means oak leaf mochi. The leaf on the outside is meant to be an oak leaf. However, I couldn't find any oak leaves to wrap these in, because they don't sell the oak leaves to wrap because people just buy these. They don't usually make them. So I couldn't find anywhere that would sell me the leaves on their own. Like I was like this close to like buy a packet of kashiwa mochi and then just steal the leaves off them to peel off. Someone should be over here helping since they haven't made it so Jim's get ripped. Yeah. Man's learning his vowels instead because he has to read out his shrine vows in Japanese so the gods understand him. So man's using his brain. Man's working out his brain. Honestly, at this point, we're not gonna hit the gym till like we get back to the UK. Is instead of the oak leaf, we are using Japanese wild parsley the outside because we have some growing in our garden. And I was like, well, oak leaves aren't edible, but these are. So I feel like that would be better. I've lost 2 kgs in 2 weeks. Not via gymming though. We promised gym. Right. Now that we have kneaded everyone, we are gonna do our roly polies. So we're going to put it with I'm still gonna have to put the gloves on and off every time, aren't I? You know what? Let's see if I can find my roly bits. Maybe go for like a middle-sized one. Please hold us to the exercise. Hey, hey, my God, where are all these ants coming from? They've just suddenly like appeared. What for? Why? Why? What are we? Are we just patrolling? Like, we've not had ants all year. I'm just going to put some roly bits on my. Yeah, Miles, despite being the shirtless Mim fan, has contributed very little to that campaign. Of course. Did you say something? I can't hear him. In a plank position. Okay. He's currently planking while learning the vows. Is this commitment to the bit? Oh, this was not as pretty. I did not do the edges very well on this. Maybe I'll like smush it back in. So this is the white bean and miso filling. Just kind of lobbing it into the middle. And then we close it up gently around the outside. Make sure the miso doesn't spill out. That was a very ugly one, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. We love our mochis despite their looks. We're going to slap a little leafy boy on there. And then that one's so pretty. I did good on that one. Okay. I think I need to be more committed to rolling them into prettier balls to start when I put them down. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Oh my god, my fingers are stuck together. So putting the gloves back on. Putting gloves that you've taken off back on is mission. Actually, just a reminder, you were the one who wanted to use 50 grams each, be easier to mold with less dough. Well, technically, it would have probably been bigger because these were meant to be eight. Well, I increased the amount of dough by 20% because because of flour, and then instead of still doing 1/8 of the dough, I opted to do 1/9 of the dough, which um, so like it should be smaller, I think, than what it should have been. Or am I mistaken? My maths, because I only increased it by 20%, but I still went and downsized the whole thing. I don't know how math works. All right, I'm just trying to like tuck all the edges in so as to have a smoother outside edge. Don't know if this is working. Kind of forcing my way into smoother outside. Then I have a see all this talk about like kneading them all first. Those look more like only get reference picture. Google kashiwa mochi. This is looking pretty good. So I'm just going to go through and smooth all of our mochi little. Just going to go and like do a little like just force all the edges in so that we have a smooth outside. If I should start pasting and then making like traditional foods, I like should start like putting them meant to look like. Should probably also like put a paper towel over these so they don't dry out. That will not be nice. In fact, these will be quite nice served warm as well, so I could just re-steam them gently when we eat them. Mochi is mochi regardless of shape. That is wise words from a wise husband. Also like mochi for days. Well, there's three of us. Depending on how good they end up being, I may take some over to the neighbors because this is quite a nice little gifty food. Another bowl. So much kneading. I cracked it. Oh my god, did I just figure it out? Is this the correct mochi technique? That was really easy. Oh my god. Mochi cheese okonomiyaki お願いします Michael is obsessed with this new mochi cheese combo. In an okonomiyaki. It's very good. I say so myself. You say so myself, rather. Right. So what I did was I flattened and then I just smushed it around behind. I literally just kneaded all these. I'm just doing double work because I didn't do it properly the first time. Wow. Well, savory mochi is also very different to sweets mochi for like making sweets with. Like savory mochi is usually like pounded rice, whereas say sweet mochi is usually made from rice flour, like what we're doing now. Michael, are you practicing? I would do it with correct pronunciation, even if it's slower. Okay. Right. Oh no. Double working. Yes, but I like rice and cheese. Yes. I was just saying these mochi can't go into a savory dish. I mean, maybe they just won't do the same savory thing. So maybe double handling it was a good shout because this is now like a lot softer than it was earlier. So maybe it did need a little bit more handling. To get to the right texture. Anywho, right, we have better balls now. Smoother balls for better rolling, hopefully. Right, hopefully I never have to put a glove on again. That's painful. Right. Roll, roll. Oh no, it's lopsided. Why was that one that I did so good? On themselves. Yes. Miso paste. Miso paste. I don't know why they're still on scales. I'm not measuring this anymore. Nice. Connect the edges. Connect the edges. All the way around. Nice. We get, oh, the minute I was going to eat the entire plate in 2 bites. Yeah. Now I just ripped the leaf in half. Oh no. It's okay. We won't serve that one to the Minotaur. And just go like that. To be fair, it all gets stuck underneath anyway. Nice. Okay. We should have a bit more of a streamlined process going on now that we do not have to stop to roll our our thing. Oh no, this is way too round. I did that too good in the wrong way. Need length. That was generous on the old filling. Oh, we made it though. We made it. That was so much faster. Did you see how quickly that materialized? That's a pretty one. That's probably enough for that plate. Let's put it over here so it's safe, marked safe from the plants. A different leaf-shaped plate for the rest of our bowls. I'm just still so confused about where these ants have come from. They've all just kind of materialized and then still hanging out. Okay, this one's up here. Well, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I've been missing all of the Is that Lynn? Hi Lynn! Welcome! Welcome, welcome. I am in the last stages of my mochi construction. I'm making kashiwa mochi today. Where did I put the rolling pin? And we have made. Let me show. Actually, let's do a show and tell. Here's our first 5 so far. That one, the miso ended up a little spilly, but the rest are pretty good going. Just covering them with a bit of a wet tea towel, wet paper towel to keep them from drying out. We have another 4 to go. Yeah, we have a miso white bean filling today, which is a little bit different to the traditional red bean filling. But apparently it is. To be fair, I saw it in the supermarket today as well. It was either you could get chunky white bean, chunky red bean, smooth white bean. Oh my god, why do I keep saying white? Chunky red bean, smooth red bean, or miso white bean were the 3 options in the shop. So it is clearly. I've also like messed this up. Like this is like I need to like make it more long and fold it in. Roll. That's a shape. Nice. It's a smaller one. How did I swear I weighed all of these and somehow this one is definitely smaller than the rest. Pushing the limits with the yield filling as always. Always regret it, but you don't want to be stingy with the filling. So we fold it over. And so have our leaf. Smaller ones make the leaf fit better, at least. So we have a bit of a balancing act over here. Right, this can retire as leaf drying. We're doing good. We're doing good. We have a pipeline. This is actually pleasant experience now because it was not 3 mochis ago. Oh, that's a beautiful one. This one's going to be a pretty one. Oh, yes, I can tell. A little bit. Nice. Good. This one's going to be the picture one if I ever did see. Right. Mm. Right. Mhm. Mhm. Whoever came up with baking paper is A. Nothing is sticking, and all is well. 2 more to go. Then we can be free of this venture. Right. Why is it that when I have to like roll things, like my will to live just like plummets? Do I just have something against rolling pins? Or just the type of foods that require rolling? Too much. I'm like too tired already. Why am I doing this to myself? Oh, we got it. We got it. We got it. So confused as to where these ants are going. Like they've just like made a little beeline, ant line towards something in this kitchen. Right. It's fun. Thank the Minotaur. We have made it. One more, and then we shall be freed of this madness. Honestly, I said I was going to make dinner after this, but I think I need a break. I just have to do a slow dinner off stream. Not gonna lie, I'm tired. So, wrap the rest of this. To be fair, we have a little spoonful left, I feel. Voila! Last one filled. Honestly, Phoenix, you know me, my fucks to give diminish bias when I'm doing stuff like this. We'll see. I'll see how quickly I can basically how quickly I can clean this kitchen will determine how willing I am to stream. So let's see. Look at that! We have our little ducks in a row of little kashiwa mochi. Right, okay. Let me give this a little tidy up. It's the ants. The ants of really got me. Like, why? Why are you doing this to me, ants? Like, literally was perfectly fine. There's nothing. I've not used any sugar. Well, I have used sugar, but the sugar is closed. Like, what have you? What have you been attracted to? Are you just on your daily patrol and you just decided to bring your whole family? What is here? What is over here that is suddenly become? What have we got over here? Is causing all of this? I don't even know. Nothing has changed in this kitchen. Why? Anyway, you're running off a single. Wait. Oh no! Oh no! I just broke. That's it. I just broke a ceramic spoon. Nah, nah, we out. I am going to clean this kitchen in peace. Um, like what? What is going on? Um, I'll post a picture later of what I end up doing if I do, but I'd like the idea of chicken stroganoff. It honestly, I was like, oh, no. There it goes. Right. Okay. I will. You know what? I can just whether I keep the stream on or off. I doesn't. It does not matter what I delete ID because uh, like what? Like what? Mochi taste test. Yes, yes, I will actually. That I will do with my remaining point 0.5 of. Let's eat the slightly dodgy one. Well, I say dodgy, the miso spilt one. Here we go. The ugly duckling. Um, I mean, like the leaf is safe to eat. I'm just gonna peel it anyway, though, because I feel like it would interfere with the taste if it will even peel. Right, itadaki mochi. Hee Mm, mm. You know what? It would taste better reheated for sure. Because the coldness gives it a puppier texture. But I think when I serve these, I will rewarm them just to kind of. Mm, pretty good. The the parsley is imparting an aroma which I am mixed feelings about, but mm, I'm gonna go give it to the husband.
Oh, this is good. I need to ask you about this message I'm sending. Oh, should I have it with the?
I would do it without the leaf, just for purity of flavor first. It'll be better warm, just a bit warmer, not cold. Let me take off the leaf.
I'm just thinking of the inside.
The inside. You have mixed feelings about it.
Mm. Is that mixed with like some miso or something?
It's miso white bean.
Don't know if I like the miso.
Ah, sacrilege. Right. You the rest of that?
Yeah, I can have the rest.
Okay. I will keep tidying then. The leaf is edible. It's just I didn't think it goes. There we have it. Right. Ants, where have you materialized from? And why have you picked today of all times to have your little patrol around this kitchen? Because I have nothing out. It's a perfectly squeaky kitchen until you came. Um so let us things away. Is it just because yeah, I have no idea. Anywho, the fucks are still very low. Mochi was delicious. So you're just joining right at the end. Is what we made today. We made kashiwa mochi, which is a Japanese traditional sweet eaten today. Um, I've made my own creative liberties on the leaf situation because I couldn't find the correct leaf. But we have a miso white bean filling, which I'm a big fan of. Husband apparently not so much. But we have that where I was thinking about cooking dinner as well on stream, but I have lost the remaining fuck that I had because I broke something. So more for me, mum. Yes, exactly. Um, so I think he will actually like it if I sweetened a bit better because I was thinking as I was tasting it, it could be sweeter, but also I don't want it sweeter, but I think it would be generally better balanced for sweeter. So it'll definitely taste better warm as well. So I'll be serving it slightly heated through. Just got inside, was putting a light bar on my car. A light bar? A bar of light? Um, can you tell I do not know what you're talking about? Like, where have this like, okay. I think I need to put that on ant trap because you're a bit much for me. Y'all a bit much. Right, where's the I had a packet of them somewhere. Where did it go? Where did it go? Um, had so many. And then okay, maybe I need some light in here. I cannot see. You cannot see where all of my stuff is. Not today. Not right now. Anywho, I think that's it for today. I have yes, I have run out. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I shall post pretty pictures later. And yes, we're doing 3 in a row of our preservation series. Did a little bit of miso today. We are going to do umewashi tomorrow. So stay tuned. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with umewashi yet, but we have a metric a ton of mochi in the fridge right now, so gonna do maybe I'll do a baked good, perhaps. I've not baked in a while, so a baked good including umeboshi. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much for joining, Phoenix, and Wethel. Um, yes, umeboshi tomorrow. I think I'm gonna bake. Feel like baking, and then Thursday we're gonna do koji anyways. I haven't decided what kojis yet, but we're gonna make lots of kojis. That will make me happy. Koji won't take too long, so I'll probably dinner stream after Koji. Yeah, thank you for the waters today, Phoenix. You definitely have kept me sane, and I shall see you guys next time. Yes, this week's gonna be the last week of like proper streaming. Because I have no idea what's happening after next week because we've got people over and we've got people staying, got people coming in and out of the house. So I probably won't be streaming like cooking in a while, but we may do the things. Also got your times wrong again, thinking 6, it's only 1 hour difference now. Yeah. No, this week is all the same times. We're doing 3 o'clock start, so 4 o'clock for you, Wizzle. Think for tomorrow and the day after we're gonna stick to that. Think Sunday I've scheduled for the same time as well, but we may push that an hour because I've got another thing on beforehand. But we shall sort that out for this time. That's enough for me. I am rambling and I am tired. But thank you so much, and I shall see you next time, please. Bye. Can we cut the stream, please, and thank you. See you, everyone.